Has it been tested with a person falling on the net?
I don't know if they have or not. I don't know how far they've gone.
Would you trust that net?
I trust it, yeah.
Would you? So welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're here in Sutton-in-Ashfield having a look at SMD, structural floor and roof solutions. So the thing that interested me about this place was the structure that they've got assembled in their car park just over here, and it's unusual to see this safety netting underneath. You know, we look at health and safety quite a bit on these sites, but very rarely do we see safety netting like that. So it made me wonder, what is the actual requirement to have this safety netting? Is it a certain height? Is it a certain amount of people on site? Is it those without certain training? And you can see the hook that goes onto the steel there simply hooks on. The safety netting just goes through the hoop, and on that side just 4 hooks, and on the other side there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hooks. So not many hooks anchoring it to the steel with that netting twine. Would that be enough to actually save somebody from falling? How much weight would it actually hold? What else does this company do? So I thought, yeah, let's have a quick look, see what we can find out, and if anything, we'll try and work out when this netting is required. So on the side of the van there it says safety netting, airbags, steel floor and roof decking, shear studding and concreting. So it covers quite a broad range. Guard dogs patrolling the premises. They must have something of value in here then. So yeah, the building don't look too old, to be honest, and all the concrete in down here looks really new. So whether they've just had a refurbishment or what, I don't know. But there is a skip on site, which is empty apart from a carrier bag. And that looks like an old G4S cash lorry. Wow, look at that. Wonder why they need one of them. That stuff there is obviously very grippy. Quite thick as well. Got some depth to it. And here's some more non-slip surfaces. Loads of different types. They're starting to take notice of us now. Look over there. Just showing an interest, mate.
What kind of interest?
Well, I'm interested how you do all these different types of flooring that slots into your steel structure, don't you? Yeah, and you've also supply the safety netting in case anyone falls. Well, when we visit sites, we don't tend to see safety netting being used much. So your structure over there made me want to stop and have a closer look for my video. I'm making a video. So I was wondering, when is it safety netting actually a requirement?
We install safety netting. If we're on a job now and we're installing the steel decking on a floor, you've got to have safety netting every time.
So it's just for when you're working on the steel structure to do your job. You're not supplying it for other people on request, are you?
We can install it for other people. I haven't been here at this company that long, so I don't know if you do it, but it has been known where other companies install the safety netting for.
Yeah, because I noticed it's on the side of your vehicles, that safety netting, like one of your selling points. But really, that's just a service internally for when you're installing your flooring, isn't it?
It isn't. Like I say, it can be for other know, if there's a company that is installing decking or roofing or whatever, and they don't possess any safety netting, then it's something that we could supply.
Right. So that's good. Yeah. But when is it at a certain height that's actually required by the health and safety executive? Or I suppose you just said you're new to the company, aren't you? So you're not going to know these answers.
I'm new to this company, but I've been in this industry for about 18 years. But I don't go on site. I've never been on site. But there is a legal requirement that if it's above a certain height, then you do need safety netting.
Yeah, I don't see safety netting being used much. But yeah, I'm just having a look round, mate. I've had a look at your website as well. I just go around industrial estates. Whatever I find interesting, I make a video about it for my viewers.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you post this then on?
On YouTube and on Facebook.
Oh, right, okay. Right. So can I ask, have you got a name on?
Yeah, because you've been nice and polite with me. Some people, like, they start swearing, they tell me to go away. But you've been great. I'm djaudits on YouTube. DJ is in music, audits, AUDITS. And it's like I'm doing an audit on your site today.
Okay.
Don't need permission, just like staying on the outside, not going to come in, not going to interfere, just having a nosy for the viewers.
Right, okay.
But yeah, what I do, I look into legislation as well. And I'm going to have a look to see when safety netting is actually required. I was wondering whether it's at a certain height or above, a certain number of people in the area working.
Yeah, it's normally a certain height.
Certain height.
What that height is, but yeah, it's once you over a certain height.
Because that height isn't very high, is it? Is that just like a demo display?
Yeah, that's just for like our new starters for training purposes and stuff like that. It's just a training rig, really.
Has it been tested with a person falling on the net?
I don't know if they have or not. I don't know how far they've gone.
Would you trust that net?
I trust it, yeah.
Would you?
Yeah,
I noticed you got 5 anchor points on the long side and 4 on the other. Don't need many anchor points then, does it?
No, the anchor points, I can't remember again. They have to be, it's so far apart. It might be a metre apart, something like that. One in each corner. But the nets they get annually tested. They get tested every year.
Right.
For breakage. So we've got a machine. We take a strand off the net. It goes with the machine. Pulls it to destruction. I think it's 2,200 newtons. And if it breaks above the 2,200, it's fit for another year.
Right. And if it don't, you bin it. Yeah. So, are you like doing mezzanine floorings for warehouses, or is it? Do you put offices on top of your structures, or?
It can be anything really, wherever it's required. Yeah. Normally, I'd say 9 times out of 10, our structures are the steel erect. All the steel goes up, all the steel erection, and then we go into. It's normally multi-story. We go in and start installing the floors.
Yeah.
So it's normally work at the bottom and work your way up.
So these floorings that you put down, are they the permanent flooring? Or so when
this is a different kind of flooring. Again, I'm not up to date with this. This is the first time I've really seen this since being here.
Yeah.
But this is I think this is normally used for filling in voids.
Yeah. So your normal flooring would be that shiny steel stuff over there.
Decking, yeah.
Yeah, steel decking. That then, when you're in your office blocks, you're not normally seeing it, are you? You're normally seeing the finished surface, the carpet, or the tiles.
Oh yeah, the steel decking will go down. All the reinforcement will go inside it, and it'll be concreted.
So concrete actually goes over the steel decking?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll fix that.
It goes on the design, the drawings, however thick they.
Right. So do you erect the steel, you put the steel decking down, and you do the concrete?
We don't erect the steel.
Right.
The steel is normally erected when we get there. But yeah, we'll put the steel decking in, and we've also got a concrete division, which will more than likely, if the client requests, is we can concrete the floor as well.
That's amazing. So you don't erect the steel. Do you supply the steel?
No.
Right. So you're just simply flooring.
Yeah, just
What do you do on roofing as well?
sometimes, again, not very often. Sometimes some clients want like roofing done, just basically the roof of the building. So again, it's just sheets. So again, we'll go netting and then install the roofing out Yeah, no,
Yeah. So your safety netting is like the selling point because it's the safety aspect, ain't it?
Yes,
So because you're working at heights, we've got our own safety netting system. We're self-sufficient. It makes you attractive.
Yeah. All the guys will have the harnesses, the lanyards, so you know wherever they can, or 9 times out of 10, you know wherever they can fix to, they'll do that as well anyway.
Yeah.
So.
It's interesting, mate. You don't see many of these around, so thank you very much for telling me. What makes you have an old cash-in-transit vehicle? Is it because of the weight?
What, sorry?
That's like a G4S cash-in-transit vehicle. Yeah.
That's our welding plant, our welding rig.
It is an old cash wagon, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be tractor unit. It's a tractor unit, and it's basically just modified for our specific. In the back of there's a big generator which powers what we call a welding unit. And basically, once the decking has been laid, we install things called studs, shear studs.
Right.
For the reinforcement of the bit, and they weld to the actual steel beams of the structure.
Right.
They go through the deck and into the steel beams. So that's what that plant's for. That'll go to site and that'll weld all the shear studs.
Needs a long extension to get into your areas, doesn't it?
Oh, there's about
100 metres of cable. Wow. That explains why it needs to hold so much weight while it's such a high class vehicle. Yeah. So, it all makes sense. Right, I'll let you get back to work. Thanks so much, mate.
Right,
thank you. So there you go. Loads and loads of information about this place. And yeah, this sort of surface here is us fillers. They don't use this very often, he says. Well, it was quite new to the company, as you heard. Normally they put their own decking into the steel. And it's interesting how you can put concrete on top as well. So you'll notice there on the website, fall arrest systems, that's the netting, the floor deck, shear stud welding that he mentioned, concrete, roof deck and void safe. They're the main bullet points on their website. So there is a bit of information about the safety netting. It says, in accordance with the Work at Height Regulations 2005, SMD ensures the appropriate fall arrest system is installed to help minimise the distance and consequence of a fall. This may include handrails, safety nets and suitable access. So there you go, you've got your handrails, you've got different types, you've got scaffold handrail, you've got the J-Safe fall protection, the yellow stuff, and that's supported with those upright poles there. You have got the safety door on the scaffold side, and you've also got the red stuff, which is called Easy Edge, easyedge.co.uk. So the website says they supply and install fall arrest safety netting, they'll rent the safety netting, they'll repair the safety netting, and they will sell you the safety netting. So, have we said safety netting enough just yet? And also mentioned on the website is the floor deck product. So they do all different types. You can see a few examples here. And as you can see, it goes over the steel up there, look. And that's the view that you see underneath. So we'll finish this video off with the educational part. Now then, the Work at Height Regulations 2005 is to prevent death and injury caused by a fall from height. Now, working at height, what height is considered to be working at height? So we're trying to find out how high is considered working at height. And the previous regulations defined work at height as being at least 2 meters high above ground level. The 2005 regulations have removed this criterion and placed no minimum height for which work at height considerations apply. So I think in general, it's just common sense. If you think your staff are at risk from such a height, then handrails are a must, and safety netting, if there's any large gaps in the floor, is also a must. But 2 meters is the historical benchmark, but I wonder why they removed it. Bit confusing. So that's it from SMD, Structural Floor and Roof Solutions. That's the company details there, and the website and the phone number. Very, very pleasant chap. Didn't need to explain any of that to me, but took time out of his day to do so. We've learned now that whenever we see anybody working at heights, then the working at height regulations do apply. And if there's any gaps in the flooring when people are up there, then safety netting should be used. And handrails should also definitely be used, with a door there on the entry point from the stairs or the ladder. So another thing to put in the pocket to have a look at when we're going around these places to see if anything's being done incorrectly. And yeah, I'm happy with that. So if you have enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up for me, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye bye for now.